I'm Sean, and if you're new here, like, comment,
share, and subscribe,
and turn on your post notifications bell so you'll never miss a video when we upload. We just want to do a mukbang as a welcome to our channel and tell you guys how we met, what our channel is going to be about, and some of the things that we're going to offer to the YouTube platform. So one of the things that we want to do is just share our life and our family and vlog some of the things that we do. We are a young Christian couple, and we just want to share some light, love, and hope into the world and into the YouTube platform. Today we're going to have Buffalo Wild Wings for our mukbang. Y'all probably can't see it. And I'm having some medium wings, and you're having?
Some medium wings, all flats. Comment in the comment section down below. What's your favorite special order from Buffalo Wild Wings? What's the flavor, and do you prefer flats or drumsticks or both?
So I'm going to start eating while we're talking because I'm starving. I haven't eaten since lunchtime, and it's been a long day.
I'm hungry too.
So first, we want to just talk about how we met. So you want to start that off?
Where should I begin? Alright, so we basically met at our middle school, or in middle school rather. We met about when we was in 5th grade. Mind you, we 25 and 23. So that was a while ago. We was best friends. I guess he took a liking to me in 5th grade. I want to say 6th grade.
But did you like me?
No. I ain't like him or love him, y'all. Even when this man told me that he loved me, I was like, yes, I love you. Oh, yes, I love you. Whole time I didn't.
So we met in 5th grade in middle school. We young, you know, we're going through puberty. So, you know, we didn't really know. I mean, we did know, but we didn't know that it would end up, you know, where we are today. I kind of knew a little bit after getting older and going to high grades, 7th, 8th grade. But I really wasn't, like, I liked her. You know, I felt like she was wife material. I definitely felt like she would be a good mother. She would be a good, you know, person to be alongside me, you know, in my journey. But, you know, at that age, you know, I was still heavily in the church. So, like I am now. And I was just like, you know, wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in church. So.
You was having entanglements?
No, I wasn't having no entanglements. So, I was just, you know, really wrapped into that. That was my mindset. So I was focused on her, but I really wasn't focused on her. So we were just dating, you know, doing what normal teenagers do. As her mother would say, she called it puppy love. Mm-hmm. So we had that puppy love. And we took several breaks while we were in middle school. And
we both got cheated on before we got together.
Right. And that's kind of, I think, what brought us together too, is we both got cheated on, so we kind of could confide in one another about that. And, you know, we went on, fast forward to high school. So you want to tell them about high school and how, you know, everything went in high school?
Okay, so high school, that's where we was off and on around like 9th, 10th grade. But the way I recall it is that I think we got together. Well, we made it serious, if that makes sense. We made it more serious, and we was like, we're not going to take any more breaks. And we basically, you know, been together ever since. More so, always together. Not, you know, not breaks, not the roller coaster. You know, being in a relationship, going up and down. But basically, that's when we made it serious and really, you know, was committed to one another around 10th, 11th grade.
And when we got to 10th, 11th grade, you know, we started growing more. We would talk about marriage often, talk about, you know, if we get married or do we want to get married. And so even in that, you know, her mother still was saying puppy love, and so we kept, you know, talking, of course, being together, dating, and we graduated high school. So when we graduated high school, she went off to community college. I went off to community college. We still was committed to one another. We've really been very committed to one another for the longevity of our relationship, really. And we took our relationship very serious. And a lot of people, you know, was like, you know, why you guys nailing yourself down or pinning yourself down to one person? Y'all young. But we really loved each other. But we was friends. We had a foundation of friends.
Right, that's my best friend.
Yeah, we were best friends. To this day, we still tell each other everything. So at that moment, it was like, you know, we best friends. So it's like a unbreakable best friend bond. And as I got older and we started progressing, I was in college. I was at a previous church that I was at, and you know, we went to church together. You know, we did everything together, really. We used to go to the movies all the time. Now that you're an adult and you have full-time jobs, you know, that's not as often. But when we was young like that, we went to the movies all the time. We was famous for going to out to eat, out to dinner. You know, I know her mother probably watching, my mother-in-law. She'll tell you.
How you know?
We always calling on her, asking her to take us to the movies.
Yeah, because we want to catch the bus.
Right, asking her to take us to, you know, out to eat, to the Outback, and, you know, just stuff like that. We just enjoyed being around each other, being in each other's company, and it was like, I was in college, and I was like in my second year of college, and some life had happened, some things happened. It didn't go the way that I thought it would have went. And around that time, I felt like it was just time. It was time to marry her. Even though I was young, that really didn't stop me. I had a lot of people saying, oh, y'all really, really young. Y'all sure y'all want to do this? Y'all really, really young. And I said, yes, this is something that I really want to do. And so I went on, I proposed. What year was that? 2017. We got married in 2017. Yup, we got married in 2017, November 18, 2017. And we've been married ever since. And we're coming up on 3 years this November. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. I'm not gonna say it was easy. It wasn't easy because we both had to grow. We both had to still mature. We had to learn how to operate, her as a wife, me as a husband. And you know,
and mind you, y'all, we took premarital counseling too in the beginning. That was a requirement, first off, you know, because we grew up in church, and you know, for our pastor to marry us, that was a requirement. But I wouldn't have had it any other way, honestly, because it opened your eyes to a different perspective of marriage. You know how some people think that, oh, marriage is the glitz and glam of the wedding. You know, I get to spend this amount of money for this dress and this reception, and I get to get my nails, you know, and toes done, and my hair done, makeup, the whole 9 yards, or I get to ride in that fancy car. But really, marriage is work. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job that you never get breaks in, actually. You never get a 15-minute, you never get a 30, you never get none of that. You don't get paid time off. You don't get none of that.
Nope.
Marriage is a full-time job. It's wonderful and it's very rewarding, but it's still a full-time job. And you have to work. What I learned is you have to work at your marriage, and if you don't, the fire gonna burn out. You always have to keep your marriage spicy, and you know, have the fire burning.
That's right. I learned that early on because, you know, you're on the honeymoon stage when you first get married for about 6 months to a year, and you know, everything's good. Your focus is on a different level. But when you start trying to actually become one, as you know, believers, people that are believers know in the Bible, it talks about being one when you're married. And when that process actually starts, that's a process. One, not just
You
like
got this?
no,
Okay.
one just not like being one flesh, or having intimacy, but one in your mindset, one in the way that you want to raise kids, one in the way of how you're dealing with your finances, one in the way of your life visions and goals for the family. And that's a process because both of you guys came from two different backgrounds. You had two different raisings. You had two different parents. You was raised and reared in a different atmosphere. And it becomes something that you really have to work towards. Like me, you know, I grew up in a household where dishes and different type of things, that was pet peeves. You don't leave dishes in the sink. You wash the dishes that you use. So now I have adopted that mentality. And so now I have to kind of adjust and make an adjustment and say, okay, I know that I'm supposed that's just how I want it to be done because that's how I was raised. But I have to also understand, you know, that it may not always get done that way all the time. And am I okay with filling in the gap sometimes and washing the dishes? You know, and that's okay because that's something minor. That's something petty. Something that doesn't take a lot of energy or doesn't require a whole full-blown argument. And I had to remember that even if it really gets on my nerves, which it does, sometimes I have to bite my tongue and bite the bullet and just say it's not worth an argument, or it's not worth a blowout, it's not worth the peace just because I'm mad. And sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
And to be honest, y'all, my upbringing, I was spoiled, and I'm the only child. So, on my mother's side, let me say it like that. But I was spoiled, and my mom or granny, shout out to May May, by the way, that's my grandmother. She basically, I didn't want for anything. I didn't want for no material things, no affection. You know, my parents, my dad, before my dad, excuse me, moved out the household, but I didn't want for anything. And I didn't wash dishes, I didn't clean the house, you know. It was so basically after the fact, after my dad moved away, that, you know, I had to do chores. Because at first it was, oh, you do your chores, you get a reward. Or you do this, you get a reward. Now it's, do your chores, you ain't getting no reward. Because I'm not going to be the only person, you know, cleaning this house when I'm not. She was, I guess my mom's way of feeling was, I'm not the one that dirtied it, so why do I have to always clean the whole house? You know, you're growing up, you're getting older, so you need to learn some life skills and some life lessons, as in how to clean a house from top to bottom.
And that's something that, you know, sometimes, you know, like me and her have talked about being spoiled. You have to work through some things because, you know, a spoiled person and just always, you know, never really had to do much because they were spoiled or got what they wanted all the time. They have to make an adjustment. And when they go get married or when they move out or have a roommate, they have to adjust and take, you know, some of the things that other, you know, the other person, the spouse or the roommate have in consideration and have to adjust based on that. And sometimes it can be hard when you're used to a certain way and then all of a sudden it has to change on a flip of a dime because that's just how fast, you know, you got married. But, you know, that's some of the things that, you know, as a married couple, you're going to have to work through. You know, just the differences in one another, and you're going to have to love their differences just as much as you love the good things about them. And sometimes you're going to have to find a way to love their differences more, because sometimes the differences can always outshadow or overshadow the things that you love about them. If it's a real pet peeve of yours, it could really make you upset to continue to have, you know, something like that happen. So where we are today is
marvelous.
Yeah, it's nothing but a testament to God's favor and grace on our life and our marriage. And every time that God blesses us again with something new or just taking us further and further, I just thank God. You know, I thank God and I give him the glory because...
Yeah, because honestly, like where we came from or where we grew up at, let me say like that, a lot of people didn't make it out the hood, okay? You probably look at us like, oh, they never, you know, they never been through anything, or, oh, they grew up, you know, not with a silver spoon in their mouth, but they didn't have a rough life. But in actuality, we really did. We grew up in the hood. All we saw was gangs, drugs, and violence. You know, people just not doing the right thing. And the fact that we made it out is only a testament to God's glory on our life.
And we have, you know, people that graduated with us in middle school that are no longer here. I have people that in the neighborhood where, you know, my grandmother still lived, people that I remember seeing when I was young, walking to school, back when I was in elementary school, they're no longer here anymore. So every time I think about how God is really blessing us and breathing on our marriage and our life, I think about everybody that said, are you sure you want to do it? Are you sure this is what you really want to do? Are you sure that God is telling you really to do this? And he keeps reassuring me through his blessings and what he's doing in our life that yes, he did tell me to do this. And I just want to encourage somebody out there too, don't feel like you have to live your life the way that somebody else or man scripted it out to be. Live your life the way God told you to live your life. And that's, you know, always going to be in alignment with his word. But sometimes God will take an untraditional way of doing something to bless you. And our traditional way is we felt like we had to graduate from high school, we had to go to college. Once we finish college and graduate, then we have to get married. And that's what most people, you know, you get married, first come marriage, then the baby in the carriage, whatever, however it go. And you know, people will make you feel like that's the way that you have to live your life, that's the way that you have to do things, and it's not. If God told you to do it a different way, do it a different way, because that's what he's going to bless. Not the way that you feel it should be done or the way that somebody else tell you it should be done.
I agree, because first off, everyone's life doesn't go A, B, C, D. Somebody's life could start at Z and then go to K and then go back to A, B, C. You know, everyone's life doesn't have, you know, a specific timeline or agenda or really order of which they should be done. Some people, okay, yes, they did go to, you know, they went to college, they got married, they had kids. Some people, you know, didn't go to college, they finished high school, didn't go to college, had a baby, and then, you know, they got married later on. But sometimes it could be 2-3 kids later on, who knows, you know. But excuse me, but just because someone in your circle or someone that you see life went A, B, C, D, don't expect it to be your testimony either, because it might not be. And the way what God put in you is for you, and also the things that is placed down on the inside of you, and basically your talents and treasures and stuff like that God gave you is for you. And your life is not going to be like someone else's. You're not going to be a carbon copy of someone else. Not even your mother or your dad or your sisters and brothers. You're not going to be a carbon copy of your family. You have your own DNA makeup that's not like anyone else's on this planet Earth, on this world. You are an individual. You are a unique individual. Excuse me. I'm tripping up over my words today, y'all. God dang.
Yes. So I definitely agree with that. That's something that, you know, I had to learn, that, you know, he that begun a good work in you shall complete it until his coming. And you have to remember that if God started a thing in you, he's going to finish it. And nobody, and I said this to my wife the other day, It doesn't matter who feel like you deserve it. It doesn't matter who feel like you don't deserve it. Guess what? If God said it, if God wanted to happen, it's going to happen. No man can stop it. No demon can stop it. Because you already have the victory. Before you even start, you already have the victory. If you're a believer, you already have the victory.
Hello.
So I live my life now. We live our life now in that mindset. That whatever God tell us to do, we're going to do it. Whether people like it or not, whether they come alongside us or not, whether they agree with us or not. I have so many people that do not support me. I have a business that I'm in. They don't buy, they don't refer, they don't do anything. But that's not stopping me from doing what God told me to do. Because there are people out there waiting on you. And God has a certain set of people that's waiting for your voice and waiting to hear from you. Just like you all are watching this video today because you want to hear from us. And God knew that you're going to be the one that want to hear from us, that want to hear our voice, that's going to genuinely love us. And so never dummy yourself down or feel like you have to change to fit no one else's description of who they think you should be. Be you. Be who God called you to be. Walk in what He told you to walk in, because that's where His blessings and His provision is going to be. And so we live our life like that. If you don't care for me, that's fine. If our relationship or a relationship just don't work out, it just don't work out. There's no love lost. I'm going to pray for you, and we want to keep it moving.
Right.
But you have to, keep it moving, especially in this season, this day and age that we're living in, with everything that's going on. You just got to keep your eyes on God, keep your mind on God. Don't let nobody change your mind about how you feel about God, because there are a lot of things that's going around in the atmosphere about who God is, who He's not.
Is He real?
Right. Is He real?
Is a man or woman?
Yep. If you know that God is real, you walk in that. If God has shown Himself to you in your life, you walk in that. Don't allow no man, nobody to tell you anything different. And if you take a look around of everything that's going on right now, it's a testament of God is real. That everything is that in the Bible that some people say isn't real, or whatever they call it, is coming to pass. You just have to open it up and read it and ask God to give you some ears to hear and open up your eyes of understanding and your heart so that you can understand and really take to heart what you hear that's in the Bible. But we just wanted to come on, have a mukbang with y'all, welcome y'all to our channel, give y'all a little bit of us so y'all can see who we are, the type of mindset we have, why we started our YouTube channel, how we met. And we don't have any kids right now, so we
want 3 though.
Yeah, we want 3
or 4 or 5.
We want 3
or 6.
We want 3
or 7.
3
8.
So we don't have any kids right now, but that'll be something for in the future. And we're excited for that because we're starting our YouTube channel. So guess what? You guys get to go along that journey with us. And so we're happy with that, and we're excited about that. And we just want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Anything else you want to say, honey?
Make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, hit the like button, set your notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a video. And join the family, and you'll hear more from us. Thank y'all.
See ya.